How you doing? This is John, and welcome to John's Longbox. Today I'm taking a look at Shadowpact #1 by DC Comics. Why am I taking a look at this? Because I'm nostalgic for Bill Willingham's artwork. Bill Willingham is the writer of Fables, the creator of Fables comic, and he also did the Elementals, which I showcased a couple of weeks ago. I remarked then that he's one of my favorite artists, and he did this little bizarre comic called the Shadowpact for DC. And he took it was basically the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, but DC magic characters. So the Shadow Pact is a group of mystical based heroes that team together every couple hundred years whenever the needs of magic decree it. So here we have Detective Chimp. These are all outstanding DC characters. The Enchantress, Ragman, Blue Devil, why can't I think of his name? Nightmaster and Nightshade, and they all have magic-based powers. And this is Bill Willingham. Here we got some power aid, and I'm trying to remember what year this is, but here's the Phantom Stranger. I just love Bill Willingham's. He's like these, I don't know, like very organic, roundish drawings. I haven't looked at this since I got it, but his Phantom Stranger's like narrating what's going on. I think this is 2006. They didn't show an indicia. That means it's probably in the back. Oh, 2006. Okay, I was right. Good guess. All right, so here we have Superman. Look at that. Bill Willingham drawing Superman. That's such a rare thing. I don't know what it is. I can't even just put a word on what I like. But it's like, I don't know, classic and new at the same time. The coloring is really good. Who's doing the coloring? Chris Chuckery, colorist. I don't know who that is. But Bill Willingham, writer and artist. So this is Bill Willingham writing, drawing, and doing the pencils and doing the inks. I haven't seen this since the Elementals, so this is like 20 years between the Elementals and this particular comic. Superman. I don't even know what's going on. I kind of forget the story. I forget why Superman's even. But that Superman's got a guest star and everything. But this is like the Shadow Pact from the original Strega. I don't even know their names. But this is so if I remember correctly, the Spectre, something happened with the Spectre and he went bad. And the Spectre is like super powerful, and he's like God's right hand man. So he's like their arm of vengeance of the supreme being. And he's going to destroy all magic because magic is being abused. This just a cool character. She looks like she stepped right out of the Elementals. I'm trying to think of the names of the character, but I can't even think of them. Sorry, it's late and I forgot to do a video, so I'm tired. But she's telling all these people that they're going to be sacrificed to her being, and Superman can't penetrate through this force field because it's magic and he's weak against magic. So here's Green Lantern trying to break through it, and he can't even see through it. And the Phantom Stranger is here to help him. And I've always liked the Phantom Stranger. The Phantom Stranger is like supposed to be a mystery. They did a secret origins of the Phantom Stranger, and they gave you like 6 different possible origins, and we don't know which one's true because he's supposed to be a stranger. See, here is the Blue Devil. I got to showcase this Blue Devil comic. It was kind of fun, but he was something Cassidy. I'm trying to remember his name, like Patrick Cassidy or something like that. And he was a special effects guy for the movies, and he made he was working on a movie called The Blue Devil, and he made this suit, and he wore the suit, and he got hit by some being. I forget which being it was, so that he got trapped into the suit. So it's like a special, movie special effects suit that got magicked on him, and then after a while he actually transformed into a devil. And this is the Ragman. I forget what it is, but it's like a Jewish myth, and I don't know the exact story, but it's like a patchwork suit, and each suit is like made from cloth of from the clothes of a person who was murdered unjustly, or from the Holocaust or something like that. And so he could draw upon like all their skills and memory and like the collective strength of all these people. I'm sure I'm getting it wrong, but I think that's pretty much it. And so they're fighting this Central American demon, and he's being recruited by the Phantom Stranger and the Detective Chimp. So I don't know much about the Detective Chimp, but he must have been given power by magic, otherwise he wouldn't be in this comic. And then Nightshade. She was if I remember correctly, she was a Charlton character, like with Captain Atom and Blue Beetle. And when Alan Moore made The Watchmen, she was supposed to be this, the Silk Spectre was created based on her, because the DC said, no, at the last minute you can't use the Charlton characters. So he made analogs. So here he is, the Phantom Stranger, is recruiting all of these magic beings. Like I said, the Wonder Woman just had some great art and some great writers throughout the year. Up until recently, I haven't been buying any DC comics lately. And here he is. Again, what's this guy's name? Nightmaster. Cheesy name. The only Nightmaster story I have is at work, and a tough guy used to bust my chops for reading comics. I used to be stupid. I used to bring comics and read them at lunch hour at work. And this guy was like teasing me, and then when we were alone one day, he gave me a bag of comics, and they just smelt rotten, just disgusting comics. I wouldn't even bring them home. Like, I didn't want them to touch my other comics, because they were like mildewy and stuff. But there was one bagged and bordered, and it was a Nightmaster comic, so that one actually survived the purge. But I ended up throwing out all the other ones. Throwing up. I should have thrown them up because they smelled bad. So Wonder Woman, she's got mystic origins. She should have been in this group. Dave Gibbons, Patrick Leese, the Green Lantern Corps. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool artwork. I always like Kilowog. See here, the Phantom Stranger assembles this team. Pretty powerful team. Think about it. If you think of it, yeah, pretty cool. I forget what Nightmaster's power is. I just know he has a magic sword. So the Phantom Stranger, of course, could pass through because he's like unbelievably powerful, and he sends his team in, and less than a minute later, he gets thrown out. So, and if I remember correctly, this was like a droplet of blood that was expanded. Charlie Magnus rocks. So I don't know who this is, but I just love this artwork. Wake up, Nightshade. How do you feel? Like a recently stomped grape. So they all make it there on the inside of this blood force field, and everybody's getting kind of freaked out. The Flash, the fastest man alive, Danny Bilson, Paul Demio, Ken Lashley. I just remember that they had to get through the blood force, but I don't particularly care about the story. I'm just quietly looking at the art. I don't know what it is, but I just love Bill Willingham's art, and I wish he would draw more. Dark Victory action figure, that's pretty cool. A little battle under the blood barrier. What does that say? You're in violation of the curfew, which means you die. Get your paws off me, Big April. I'll shoot both of your eyes out. So this was a funny little comic. It lasted 25 issues. Bill Willingham stopped doing the art, I think, after like 8 issues, and then he stopped writing it after 12, and Michael Sturgis took over, which I think is one of Bill Willingham's buddies, because he always seems to take work after Bill Willingham. Like he did Jack of Fables, and I think he did Ever After, and Fairest, like spin-offs from Fables. But not much to say here. I enjoyed this comic. It was a quirky little, bizarre little memory hold little corner of the DC universe, and I gotta say, I enjoyed this a lot. I think you can get like it. I think it's collected in like 3 trade paperbacks, but it's worth it. Even after Willingham left, it was still good. So that's what it is. It's just everybody in the team has magic powers and they fight magic beings. I remember one of them was Dr. Gotham, and he was like a mystical wizard who lived in Gotham City. There was some good stuff. If I showcase the elementals, and I just like Bill Willingham's approach to superheroes. He kind of has like a logical way of looking at such illogical concepts like superheroes and wizards and stuff like that, and he kind of like brings them to a logical conclusion, and then works with that. So like, it's hard to explain, but like, I don't know. I just find it refreshing, his weird take on superheroes and everything. And if you read Fables, you'll see what I'm talking about. Especially like Bigby. Bigby, the way Bigby would he was the detective who I don't want to spoil Bigby because it's a big spoiler if you never read Fables, but who Bigby is. But he's the detective that's solving all the crimes in Fableland, and it's almost like he explains his view and the way he thinks and the way the world works, and I think it's like the way Willingham thinks of the world and the way he looks at superpowers and everything, and that viewpoint, just as much as the artwork, is what I like about Bill Willingham. But and I think Willingham's like a difficult person because I had a few interactions with him on Twitter, and he's, I don't know, maybe I'm reading it wrong, but I just thought that like he was snappy or whatever. I did meet him once at a comic convention, and he was very nice. He autographed one of my comics. So there you go. But whatever. But it doesn't matter. I'm still a big fan. I still enjoy his work. I would like to see more of it. I don't know what he's doing lately. I heard Fables is going to make a comeback, which I don't know. I think, shouldn't, but what do I know? So there you go. I'm rambling now, but this is the Shadowpact DC by Bill Willingham. An interesting, bizarre, strange little part of the DC universe. There you go. Bye-bye.